Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm very, very, very excited to bring you this information. And this meeting is being recorded for those of the members who could not attend due to work, due to whatever other commitments they had. So please do make sure that you've got your Chiman natal birth chart ready, because we will be referring to two very important palaces for you. If you don't know what a Chiman natal birth chart is, it is literally just a tool that we will be using in order to get certain activities going and to be able to help you to align to the right directions. Because every single one of us have specific directions from where we draw other energies throughout our life. And with some of the Chinese metaphysic tools that we do have, it is much easier to navigate because we are able to see what is there and what we can benefit from and how we can use that energies to our own advantage. Now, I know this sounds selfish, but if I know that it's going to be raining in a specific area, I'm not going to go and willfully go to that area without taking precautions and without taking an umbrella with me. So literally, we can see where is it going to be stormy weather in my life? Where is it going to be calm weather in my life? And if I can see that there are some storms on the horizon, I can take precautionary measures and avoid getting obliterated by certain of the unavoidable things that happen because we are constantly in this movement of energy, and you and I are just energy. So right now, please type for me in the chat box, where is your level of energy right now? Because when you start becoming aware where your energy level is, you are starting by generating the awareness of knowing a little bit more about yourself. Because when I am unaware of where I am at, I cannot go and activate anything. I cannot manifest anything. I'm constantly in a state of feeling lost, confused, miserable, sick, just no enthusiasm, no motivation, no energy. And when we are perpetually in that state, there is no abundance in our life. So today I'm going to be sharing some information with you, which hopefully will be able to help you to get rid of that constant low energy levels. So please go ahead in the chat box and just type for me on a scale of 1 to 10. Just take a couple of seconds and go, where am I right now? Is it at 0, at 4, at 6, at 7? So just go ahead and type in here. I see somebody is saying 7, 7. Now remember, there's no good, there's no bad. It's just becoming aware, literally now becoming aware of where are you right now. Is anybody below 7 maybe? You don't have to type in the number if you are. You can just go yes or no. So somebody is saying she's not feeling well, so her energy is quite low and quite depleted right now. So through alignment to source energy, we are able to raise our frequencies and to be able to exert more of the positive energy that we do have. So one of the things that I want to share with you is when you start becoming clear about what you are needing at any given point in time, that is called clarity. And very few people actually have clarity. And yet, clarity is one of those necessary skills that we need at different stages in our life, in different areas of our life, and every single aspect of our life, we need clarity. So whether this is career, whether it's business, whether it's partners, whether it's your destiny, whether it's your health, every single aspect of your life is different. Every stage is different. Every person is different. So you were not just born to exist. You were born to be able to go forward and have that clarity. And just as you were born, you needed a different state, a different kind of clarity than where you are now. And as you get older, maybe you move to a new job. Maybe you want to choose a new life partner. Maybe you want to change your career. There's a different kind of clarity required in every single stage of our life. So the simple ways with which we can gain clarity is by doing a couple of things. There are literally 8 steps that you can engage in straight away today in order to gain clarity. And the first one that I want to share with you is to reflect. When you reflect on your day, you are literally going, what happened today? Did that bring my energy level down, or did that bring my energy level up? Because you are actively engaging in observing yourself, doing and going about and interacting with people. So when I'm doing this reflection and observation, I am looking at what did I value the most today. Now, how do we find out what you value? You take your diary and you look at what is written in your schedule. Because whatever is written in your schedule, on your agenda for the day, is where you put your energy, your awareness, your focus, your clarity into. So when I am not even having a diary, when I'm like, I'll just do whatever comes my way, you are being tossed and turned on this ocean of, I don't have clarity. I'll just do whatever comes my way. Now, when you start observing that, you go, if I want this particular outcome, but I am not actively engaging in it, checking my steps one by one, tracking my progress, I cannot expect to get to where I want to be. So part of priming, part of abundance is firstly establishing where am I and where do I want to go. And in between that is what is referred to as a gap. So sometimes you need to have a little bit of help to get a little bit of inspiration, to deep dive into something with which you can look at how clear are you between where you are and where you want to go. But the very, very first thing that you want to do is becoming aware of your energy level. So when I asked you to type into the chat box, what is your energy level? Was it easy for you to type it in there, or was it difficult to go, I have to think, what is my energy level? But some of you had it easy and you went, my energy is there. Boom, it's up there. And for others, it was like, no, my energy is right down here. So first and foremost, clarity starts by when you wake up in the morning, you go, my energy is good, or my energy is not so good. So on the days that it's not so good, you can look for some of these configurations, which I will share with you, and top it up. But first and foremost, you need to be able to be in alignment with a bigger picture. So I know this sounds very simple things, but let's say, for instance, you are constantly sick. You're constantly feeling depressed. You are constantly feeling low. You are constantly in this, what could this be now? Over-analyzing, doubting life. That is a lack of clarity. And if there's a lack of clarity, priming is the answer. So the next thing that I want you to start doing as well is to track your positive emotions and your positive moments. Because the moment that I start tracking those things, I start creating the momentum to want to wake up tomorrow morning, to want to have the enthusiasm, the motivation to repeat those nice experiences that I did have the previous day. Now, for some of us, it's easy to remember those positive moments and positive emotions. And for other people, it's helpful to have a notebook and write these things down. Because if I know what makes me happy right now, I write it down. Oh, I see a yellow flower. It makes me feel really happy. Tomorrow morning, I wake up and I'm like, I don't feel like getting out of my bed. I'm going to read my yesterday I saw a yellow flower. My brain is going to remember the happiness. And it's not that I'm conning myself, but I am recalling the happy moment. I'm recalling the emotion of happiness. And then I rewire myself for that day to say, am I going to see a yellow flower again today? Maybe I should set out on a course of action to go and see the yellow flower. Oh, no, there's no yellow flower. There's an orange flower. Oh, this one is even more better. And up goes my energy level. So getting inspiration is doing consistently things that make you happy, things that is in that same group of whatever else gives you inspiration. What we mean with a deep dive is any subject that you go deep diving into. If something gives you happiness when you are engaging in it, whether this is cooking, whether this is cleaning, whether it's studying, whether it's talking to people, whether it's doing a free sharing like this and being able to share this information with other people, this makes me happy. And I hope it makes you happy to receive it. Okay, you can go ahead and type for me in the chat box and tell me, type a 1 if it makes you happy to receive information, and just let me know there. So by being able to share with other people makes me happy, but it might not make other people happy. Okay. So deep dive on something that you like doing in order to create that happiness for yourself. Because the deeper you dive into that, there is clarity. But surface level is just stormy weather. When we go underneath those waves, we actually go, it's quiet inside. There's clarity inside. Okay. So next, I want you to think for yourself with absolute honesty. You don't have to answer me on this one. Where are you in your life right now? Because when we have clarity, we are able to see the stage we are in or at right now in our life. Do you sometimes feel like you just want to give up? I'm just going to quit everything. I'm going to throw in the towel. I can't do this anymore. Quitters never win. Okay? Bottom line, quitters don't win. People who are constantly struggling is those people that just get by. They just scrape the bottom of the barrel. They work themselves to the bone. They give everything just to survive. Once you get to a survival state, you realize, I'm surviving, but I'm not having the life of my dreams. What is that life of your dreams comes from clarity. Because when you are able to see yourself thriving, you're closing the gap between survival and thriving. And that is the information that Joey Yap shared with us at Thrive 2024. he kind of woke us all up and said, you know what? You're never going to get to thriving if you're happy with surviving. You're never going to get there if you're content with struggling. And you're definitely not going to get there if you want to give up all the time. And that's one of the reasons why I'm sharing with you guys today. Getting clarity has 3 steps, 3 very, very important steps. You cannot skip one of these steps, because the moment that you skip one of these steps, you're going downhill, you're going backwards. And I'm pretty sure most of you are going to agree with me that we don't want to go back. We want to go forward. Just as 2024 is looming around the corner, period 9 is looming around the corner, and we do not want to slide back into old patterns, because we're not going to survive or thrive in struggling or in quitter phase. But most people can't get past that first stage of getting clarity, and that is why they cannot manifest. You need to be able to ask the right question. And the right question is not, can I do this or should I do this? That's not going to help you get clarity. So how do you get clarity and how do you get foresight is by being able to overcome the problems that we are going to be facing. Every single one of us, the world, the economy, every single one of us have problems every single day. There's a lot of problems every year, every month, every day, every time period. None of us are going to be exempt. But if we have clarity and we can see where things are going, we can go, aha, there's stormy weather ahead. Therefore, I need to close that gap, put something in motion right now with clarity to be able to close that gap, to be able to get to the other side. Is it going to make the problems go away? No. But we can at least plan certain activities with some foresight to anticipate those problems, to anticipate the patterns that are coming. But all of that is dependent on priming as well as alignment to source or higher intelligence, and being able to activate that intuitive intelligence or higher intuition. Now, let's say, for instance, you want to go, now I can do this by myself. I promise you that it's not going to be easy, because Chiman priming says I open to potential new insights, to potential new intuition. Your low energy levels are going to stop you from receiving help. And then not even God can help you, okay? So you need to work on getting that energy levels up. If you're feeling cluttered, if you're feeling negativity, if you're feeling resentment, if you're feeling pain, if you're feeling any kind of trauma right now, you're at the right place, because you want to get rid of that. Those blockages is potentially quite catastrophic. And when I am blocked, not even grace can come and help me, because I'm constantly rejecting life force. I'm constantly rejecting the help that the universe does offer us. So if you're going to reject it, you cannot receive the help that you want. All of us wants to manifest a better life. I have not met anybody who says, I'm happy struggling. I'm happy giving up in my life. Because when you are really clear about it, none of us are happy quitting. None of us are happy to give up something. All of us have that survival, that instinct, that need to go, I want to stay alive. I want to thrive. I want a better life for myself. So in order to clear away the negative energy, we need to do this priming. We need to cut those cords. We need to clean the slate to be able to move forward. If you constantly need clearing, guys, seriously, listen to me nicely. If you are constantly needing clearing, please do consult me privately. That means something else is standing there, and for that you need a private consult, okay? So understand that once you've done this clearing and cutting cords and activation, your energy level should be higher. If you are struggling to get that higher, I will give you my QR code at the end of today in case you need a one-on-one with me. Let me help you. This is my forte. I help people to get better. Okay. Let's say, for instance, your sales are constantly blocked. You're not making sales. You're not making that money. You're not getting the contracts. That might be a lack of clarity as well. That might be old programs standing in your way that says, this is the way it should be. No, times have changed. We need to get with the new times, because if I'm going to rely only on that which has happened in the past, I cannot move ahead, because I am pulled by a cord of the past. It is pulling me backwards. Or you can go and learn your own Cheeman chart, and start to read how to navigate the storms, or you can ask somebody that has done Cheeman foresight, Cheeman forecasting. I have enrolled in Cheeman, guys. Okay, so yes, yours truly will shortly be able to give you full Cheeman readings, because it was my next step that I needed to go. Do you think I did it willingly? No, I was kicking and screaming because I wasn't going to go there. And now I'm giving you a short class in Cheeman. So please do this priming with me so that you can align to source, you can align to divine energy, you can get that inspirations, you can get the new ideas, you can see the possibilities. You too can become positive, but you've got to prime your mind to success. You've got to prime your energy for being receptive once again, to open up. Because after we're going to align to source, then and only then can you activate your intuition. You cannot activate intuition if you are not primed, if you are still bogged down with all this old nonsense, the old ways of shoulds and shouldn'ts. Because if I'm not feeling guided, if I don't know the right time to do something, I make bad decisions. So benefit of intuition is that I make less bad decisions. Do I still make bad decisions? Yes, I do. But I make less bad decisions. You can also summarize a whole lot of complex information and go, aha, big picture, boom, see it. Therefore, that's the way I need to go. From that big picture, you can understand the important things for yourself. And even, for instance, what Joey said at Thrive is, if a lady is not able to fall pregnant, for instance, it could be that she is not aligning to life force energy. And that made me start to think, if you are not aligned to life force, to the divine force which governs life and happiness and abundance and all this stuff, it's true. You cannot procreate. You cannot give birth to anything if you are feeling blocked. It's constantly going to be a struggle to create a new idea, to create a new inspiration, to create a new action, to create a new outcome. You're constantly going to feel, I can't do this, I can't do that. That's because there is no alignment. So, are you intuitive enough? Who of you would consider yourself intuitive? Would you consider yourself intuitive? Yes? Hi, Pilar. I didn't see you come in. Pilar says, yes, she's intuitive. Debbie says she's intuitive. Celine says she's intuitive. Okay. Is there anybody who says that they are not intuitive? Don't be shy. Okay, it seems all of you guys are intuitive, but not always follow my intuition. Correct. We don't always follow our intuition because we overanalyze. So overanalysis gives overparalysis. Okay? If I'm constantly analytical, it's only good if you are going to be dealing with something at a really, really high technical level. But anything beyond that, we need more intuition and less analyzing with our brains. You cannot analyze how much I love you, can you? You cannot analyze how much your husband or your wife loves you. Can you analyze for me how much you love your children? Can you analyze when exactly, that day, that moment that you knew somebody loved you? Can you analyze that? Can you pinpoint that and say, that's the day I analyzed. Yes, he really, really loves me. It's not possible, right? That is intuition. Intuition is that, that knowing that, I think I know. That's intuition. But activating intuition is like this. Over time, you realize that your decisions seem to always work in your favor. Over time, you realize that everything is happening exactly the way that you planned it to be. And over time, you see all the opportunities that have come together because you consistently engage in something from here to there, engaging consistently, following a course of action. You realize you were led by your intuitive guidance. Bad decisions happen, okay, but we want to make more good decisions, and then over time we can see, looking back, yes, I did it. But I can't go to damn activating intuition and tomorrow I can read tarot cards, for instance. Okay, sorry, bad choice. But giving a specific day and time to when intuition kicks in is not possible. Right. So why do we do priming? Because we want to clear away negative energy. We want to get rid of injustice. We want to get rid of unhappiness. We want to get rid of resentments or anger. We want to release the pain, trauma, and blockages, and we want to restore that mental power, and we want to make room for abundance. That is why we are going to be doing priming. Okay, now, time for you to grab your Cheeman natal charts. Everybody got their charts out? Just going to get my chat box open this side. Okay. Do you guys need some time to get your charts, or are we all happy to proceed? Because from here, you're going to need to stick around. You can either screenshot my slides from this point forward, because now I'm going to show you the configurations and I'm going to give you the dates and the times. So this is going to be important. Okay, everybody ready to proceed? Type a 1 for me in the chat box if you're ready. Is there anybody who needs time to get their charts? Type a 2 for me. Okay, everybody's ready. Let's go. Now, in your natal Cheeman chart, this is an example of what a natal chart would look like. you do not have this chart. This is an example. You are going to be looking for this box here that says Dow. This can be here, it can be here, it can be here, it can be here. It doesn't matter in which direction it is. Have you all found it? Type the direction for me that you have it. You can see here, it says southeast or south or southwest or west or northwest. Type your direction in here for me now. In the chat box. Is anybody having a problem finding it? Just immediately raise your hand so I can help you find it, locate it. So you're literally looking for these words, Dow, D-A-O, Dow. Everybody got it? Okay, right. So, Dow literally means everything. It means the vastness, the complete universe itself, the great void. When I am aligning to the greatness which contains nothing and yet everything, don't you think that there is possibilities, potentialities that exist inside there that not yet exists in my mind? Because if my mind is made up of everything which has gone before now, and I now want new possibilities, new opportunities, new clarities, how can I rely on that which has gone before? It's not going to be possible, right? So zero or zero stars, for some of you, this might be a new terminology, but Tao literally means that which contains nothing as well as everything all at once. It's an absolute number. Zero is an absolute number. From 1 to 9, it means infinity because 1 carries on perpetually, 2 carries on perpetually. You can, once you start writing a digit down and go 1, 2, 3, you can carry on forever writing the next number, the next number. But there's no number within zero. It is just infinite, the absolute. Therefore, zero represents the universe, the all that is. This is not religious, okay? So don't go and say this is a religious talk. This has got nothing to do with religion. This is your area where you have nothing and everything all at once. Doesn't matter if there's a DE there, not for this particular short sharing which I'm doing with you. Next. This, which I'm showing you here, right now, today, in the Southwest, contains what we are looking for. 7 stars, together with Chief. You ignore this, you ignore this, you ignore this, you ignore all of this. None of that matters. This is what you're looking for. 7 stars or 6 stars with your Chief. Now, unless you were born with this configuration in your chart already, you need to find a day chart where this is actually appearing in the day or the hour. Now, that is not easy to find. If any of you have ever looked at Cheeman day charts, you will know that to find this kind of configuration is few and far in between. So if your Dow Palace is located in the southwest, can I quickly have a look again? Whose Dow Palace? Debbie, your Dow Palace is located in the southwest. Today, my darling, is the day that you get an opportunity to be able to align to source, to cut the karmic bonds, to give that new command for you to be able to elevate out of a low frequency level. Don't you think that's super cool? How special is that? Hendrik also, southwest. There we go, Hendrik. This is called affinity. Being at the right place at the right time to get this information today. Now, sometimes this configuration happens in another palace. This is an example of, what was this? The 24th of November, you'll have a chief in the southeast with 7 stars. See this one? 7 stars. Hey, come here, pencil. Where's my pencil? There we go. 7 stars, chief. Again, just ignore everything else. Not interested, okay? And I got you another one. Here we've got chief with 7 stars in the north, and I can't remember what the date was on this one. Let me just quickly have a look. It was also now somewhere in November, but please don't worry, because here are the dates for all the palaces when chief has 7 stars. Now, because this is Cheeman, this is dates and time specific. Okay, right. This is date and time specific. So let's say, for instance, you are having a southwest palace. Yeah, boom. Now, unfortunately, 1 o'clock has already gone by, but listen, between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, that is there. So, Debbie, you are in the right class right now to be able to benefit from this information. So I want you to back southwest. If your Dow Palace is southwest right now, put your back to the south. If you miss today, don't worry, you'll get another opportunity at 5 o'clock on the 24th, okay? So you'll see what a number, there's a lot of priming to be done for the southwest for this month. And the reason for that is because southwest, back to the southwest, Debbie, your Dow is in the southwest. If your Dow is in the southwest, you back southwest, you face northeast. Okay. Sorry, I'll try and talk closer to my microphone. Is that better? Southwest, you back to your Dow Palace. On the day and the time that this is in your palace, in your Dow Palace, the chief is there, you're going to be backing that palace. Okay, right. Now, what are you going to be doing? You are going to be giving an instruction. You are not going to make a wish, because at that particular point in time, there's a perfect alignment between heaven, the earth, and man. Heaven, earth, and man. This is literally that which is above is here on the planet, and I am the bridge between it. So you're not going to use each and every single one of these statements. You're going to pick one that is going to work best for you. And here are the mantras as shared by Joey Yap. So you can give chief an instruction to say, With every breath that I take, I invite clarity and intuitive understanding into my heart and into my mind. I am cleansing and removing all negativity, all blockage, all fear, any unjustness from my mind and from my emotions right now. I am present, I am focused, and my mind is illuminated with clear insights. This is a clear instruction. You are giving yourself this instruction, okay? You're not giving it to something out there. This is you giving yourself a command. I release confusion. I embrace the clear light of awareness or mindfulness or whatever you want to call it. Don't get stuck up on the words here, okay? Go with what is the intention here. I trust the wisdom of the universe to unfold my path with clarity and joy. Clarity is now my natural state. Each moment brings me closer to understanding. Do you like that? Guys, do you like these statements? Do they make you feel full of joy, full of happiness that you took time out of your schedule? Yep. Okay, but we're not finished. This is step one. Okay, this is step one. Because now you've given that instruction. Sorry, guys, my system is lagging. Let's just find out why. There we go. Okay. Step two. Now that we have given that command, we have released that negativity that is holding us back. Now the next thing is you're going to look for the problem, not the symptom of why you got stuck. I got stuck. Yes, okay, cool. You got stuck. But why did you get stuck? Because if you don't know what got you stuck in the first place, the chances of you getting stuck again is there as well. If you're not hitting your goals, it's not the economy, it's not the current climate in a country. It's because your strategy no longer works. When you know your strategy is no longer working, you have clarity. Because for anything to happen, something else has to go before that. And that is why we need clarity. That is why we need to go to that absolute everything and nothing, the impossibilities, the potentialities, that field of quantum magic. I just love that field. I work in that field every day. And I promise you that when I'm in there, it is literally like these bolts of light which shoot this way, this way, this way, this way. It is a magical field to work in all the time. And this morning I've already done 5 body talk sessions and I'm here sharing with you guys and I am full of energy and I can keep going. Why? It's because it makes me happy. It fuels me. It gives me that yes, it gives me the little bubbles inside. So if you know what has stopped you from getting that happy feeling, that bubbles, that excitement, if you know what did that, stop doing it. Just stop. This can be part of your bad karma. This can be part of why you are not getting that state of abundance. Here's your commands. I let go of fog and doubt and welcome transparency into my life. In my mind, clarity naturally surfaces like the sun emerging from behind the clouds. If you can describe clarity like the sun coming out, everything is bright. Everything becomes that quantum field, okay? It becomes magic. So lack of opportunity is a symptom. What is the problem that caused this lack of opportunity? Could it be a lack of clarity that there was an opportunity and you did not have the courage to take it? Maybe. But when you are priming to the universe, you can see that and go, next opportunity that comes my way, I'm going to say yes. Because this is the smart way of using metaphysics. So once you're done with this priming, there's no negativity to clear out. You sorted out all this negative stuff. Now it's time for you to tune to that field of quantum possibilities. You want to align to that source energy. You want to reconnect with the divine energy. And this is also the part where you get to cut and clear some of the old bonds, the old chains that hold you back, that keep you logged into that thought pattern of this is the way it's supposed to be. Because the shoulds and shouldn'ts and maybe I could have and maybe I doubted myself, that is now something of the past. You're not born with bad karma. Somebody somewhere implanted a thought in your mind, maybe it was you, maybe it was somebody else, that something is supposed to be this way. Well, what if that's a lie? What if that way isn't the only way? So what is true is that we follow certain patterns in our life and we repeat those patterns repetitively over and over and over. And then we want to go and label those patterns as positive and negative. So it's just recreating the same drama over and over and over. I created the pattern. Why can't I uncreate the pattern? Why? So if you don't like what is happening to you, change the program. Okay? So certain things that you do by default or by that repeating patterns, that is karma. That is called your karmic bonds. Now you want to rewrite that script you repetitively playing off like a repeating record. Have you seen these record players? They just play the same tune over and over, same tune. Now, how about you just lift that needle up and say, I'm done with this record. I now put a clean one on here and I start writing my own music. I start writing my own tracks. That is what happens when you cut the old karmic patterns and you start rewriting the script you want to live, the song you want to play. So if you want to live your desires, okay, how many of you desire to be alive right now? Type a 1 for me if you desire to be alive. Okay. Only 2, 3, 4. I can see there's 14 people in the meeting. Only 5 people desire to be alive. Can I have the rest of you? Can I have your life force? It's now mine because you don't desire it. No. Okay. So a desire is not a problem. But the attachment, excuse me, to how I should live, how my energy should be spent, that is the problem. Okay, do you all understand that? So desire is not a problem because we all desire food. We all desire to sleep. We all desire to be alive. We all desire certain things in our life. Purpose is a desire. I am living my life, therefore I am on purpose. So desire is not the problem. It should be like this or it should be like that. That is the problem. So how do we get rid of that? By not attaching to a specific idea, to not attach ourselves to a specific problem. So desire is not a problem, but the problem is the attachment to a preconceived ideas. So when I start to rewrite this story, when I start to rewrite my own music, I say, where there is a will, there is a way. Because when your desire is positive, when it is pro-life, you are creating commitment to get to that place. There's no longer a want. I want to do this. I want to do that. You start to commit. You say, I am committed to living my life this way. I'm open to potentialities. I am open to potentialities, potentials and possibilities. But if I have too much of the should do this and I shouldn't do that, that is negative. That goes to the opposite side. That goes towards the place where it becomes an obsession. And once something becomes an obsession, it blinds me to that field of potentialities and possibilities. Now, we don't like obsession, okay? Because once I have obsession, it means I've got no commitment to do anything else. I am committed to be obsessed. Ooh, I don't like that, do I? Because that just makes my feelings, my emotions drop and goes, I need to conspire. I need to be outsmarting this one. I need to conspire behind their back. I need to hurt this one. No, okay? That is obsession. Because obsession fuels blindness. And it's in that blindness that we have the problems, we have the frustration, we have impulsivity, we have addictions. By having positive desires, that fuels motivation, that fuels courage, that fuels clarity, and that pushes you forward so that you can manifest that higher purpose. So every single one of us are on purpose when we are living with motivation. Okay. Let's get you into your rewriting attunement. So once you attune to something, you start committing to something. Once you commit, you start practicing something, you start doing something. Because that then ultimately leads to your desires, which becomes your purpose in life. So if I say to myself, I desire to get that, you are committing yourself to getting it. It's no longer an obsession, but it is an attunement. So I cannot go and attune to something if I am still in obsession. So the next level up from desire is therefore commitment. So if you commit to doing something, you're not going to be chasing after it. You're not going to sacrifice for it. You are going to say, if you want to improve, my desire is to improve. Then, am I committed to improving? If you're committed to improving, it means you need to commit to do certain things. Then when you start doing those things, that is when the purpose becomes clear. So even for this, we have certain alignments, right? As always. So firstly, you now need to, okay, now you're going to look for this place called the Desire Palace. Same thing, look in your chart. There's a palace called Tao. There's a palace called Desire. And type in the chat box for me, where is your Desire Palace? It's not the same as Tao, West, okay? East, northeast. Everybody has different palaces. Keep going, guys. Northwest. It's a big word on the side of the box that says desire. There are only 5 people in my class here. Come, guys. Type in your desire palaces. If you don't type it in here, I'm going to assume that you found it and I'm going to go ahead. So I need to make sure you all have found your desire palace. Who cannot find their desire palace? Type a 1 for me in the chat box. Sometimes okay, Amara, look for me on the side of your chart. There are words that says intuition, survival, connection, power, growth, Tao, soul, and then desire. Right on the outside boxes, around the outer edges. Have you found it? Okay. If you haven't found it, yes, there we go. Okay. Has everybody found their palaces? It's a big word that says desires, okay? So desire palace here does not refer to your sexual desires in the least. It talks about your purpose. It talks about how you want to write your story, how you want to attune yourself, how you want to be guided by intention. So you need a special structure inside that desire palace to start rewriting this desire, to make it healthy again. But if you're constantly obsessed, you will lean more to the part where you need to do more cleaning or clearing, okay? Then you keep doing your priming, you keep releasing, you keep cutting. When you are then clear and you go, I'm no longer obsessed with anything, then and only then do you take your desire palace and you write your own desires. What do you want in life? What do you want to attune yourself to? Because in order to be happy, you need the desire to want to be happy. You first have to be able to want something to happen in your life. And very often that understanding of what makes me happy has been lost. So once I'm primed, once I no longer have obsession, I can sit down and I can do some meditation, I can do some reflection, I can go, what makes me happy? What really, really makes me happy? And as I said to you earlier, this can be anything. No two people are alike. Okay. This configuration that you are going to be looking for in there is known as a Mesa cloak. Thank you very much, Dr. Joey. Again, what he shared with us there is a combination between the stems, the doors, and the constellation that occurs specifically in that palace. And if you're brand new to Cheeman and you don't know what the hell is a door, a stem, and a constellation, it's just specific configurations that appear within a palace or in a box. So that combination that appears there has to be at a level 6 or level 7 in a specific way, and that gives you the higher chances of realigning with your desires, to literally rewrite your own karmic bonds. You get, remember now, we scrap them all, we clean them all, So don't get new ones between you waiting for when this specific configuration appears there. So you want to use the day charts, but if you have access to the hour charts, this is more powerful, and you can start using the configuration. So what you're going to be looking for then in that particular box, and if you don't know the terminologies, I will be sharing this little boxes with you every day inside Daily Meta Talk. I will say today you have this deity, this star, this stem, this door. So your job is going to be checking every day in Daily Meta Talk, what is the configuration in my particular palace? And the day that you see harmony, delusion, and ding. Harmony, delusion, and ding. That is the day you start rewriting your desires. If that does not appear in your desire palace and it appears in another palace, it doesn't count. Because this is the ability to align to the deep desires, the deep needs, to rewrite that message for yourself, to rewrite your program. Because whatever karma we do have is just old patterns that has been implanted. So certain things you do because of what is based on your memory, you repeat that process. But now if you don't like it, you start to rewrite it. So here is your last one that there's two more that I'm going to share with you. So on that day, when you see that combination, harmony, delusion, and ding, you then say to yourself, backing to your desire palace, at the time that this is going to appear, no matter what time this is, if it's 1 o'clock in the morning, if it's 10 o'clock in the morning, if it's 10 o'clock at night, I don't care. When it appears, you have the power for 2 hours to rewrite your entire life story. Don't you think that's cool? So if you cannot let go of something, that is called an obsession. It's not called love. So you want to rewrite that story. You want to say, I am releasing the chains of resentment and embracing the freedom of letting this person go, or being okay with whatever this person is doing in his or her life. Because if your entire existence revolves around what somebody else is doing, what somebody else is saying about you, what somebody else is doing in his or her life to you or for you, that is obsession. That is not healthy. So when this appears, you can cut it with these words. I release the chains of resentment and embrace the freedom of letting that person get on with his or her life. I am okay with whatever that person is doing from this moment forward. Once you've done that, you bring in the abundance. So this is stage 3. Are you guys all clear up until this point? Any questions? Relatively easy, right? It's step 1, step 2, step 3. So far, so good. Everybody okay? All right. So let me share the last stage with you. So the third stage is when you activate your intuition and you can bring in that abundance. You cannot have abundance if you have certain fixated ideas, like maybe there's a conspiracy going on somewhere, maybe some people are out there to get you, they don't want you to get ahead in life. That is all called obsession. You want to get rid of that. So if there's any obsession that is stopping you from getting where you want to go, just cut it, let it go. So now, last step, after you've realigned, you go and activate the abundance, because every answer that you want, every solution that you want, comes from something that you do not yet know. If you know something already, you can solve a problem. So because you cannot solve a problem, it's because something is not yet known to you. So you have to release the opinions of certain things. You have to let go of certain things in order to get that empty cup. Because only when you are empty does abundance actually set in. Does it start to fill you up. So this releasing is done in order for you to move forward. And that is the purpose of cutting ties to old desires. So here's your statement. Again, thank you, Joey. Yup. I am not bound by my thoughts. I am the peace that resides beneath them. Sorry, I see I made a mistake there in typing this out. I am the peace that resides under my thoughts. I am detached from the past grievances. I live in the serenity of the present. So remember, there's got to be that special formation that needs to appear. Delusion Door, Yearwood, or Ding Fire, or 9 Earth, 6 Harmony, and Moon. Any one of these configurations can make up the Mesa Club. And last but not least, if you need a consult, please scan the code. If you want to not yet part of my Telegram channel where I will share with you every day the configurations, please join. If you want to pledge any financial support to my continuing being able to share for free, because my knowledge is free, my time isn't, you are welcome to do that. And with that, I will open to questions. Where is my chat box? Hi, chat box. There we go. Okay. Anybody have any questions that you need answered? Nobody have any questions? Shall I stop my recording if you're feeling embarrassed by asking me questions? I will stop the recording for the benefit of those of you that want to ask me questions, and then you can go ahead and ask me questions, okay? Thank you very much for everybody that is here. And if you are watching the replay, I hope that you are watching it in time to actually get the priming, the clearing, the cutting, the realignments in time. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm stopping the recording at this point to open to questions to the floor.